Good evening and welcome to the daily Netzach Kitzur Shulchan Aruch Shir. Carrying on from where we left off yesterday in the halachas of Tzedakah, Seif Lamed Daled, Siman Lamed Daled, Seif Zion. So, Kolanoisin Tzedakah Laoni. Someone who gives tzedakah to a poor person, Beseva upon rois upon kavushas bekarka, with either with not very good countenance, a bit you look at him not very nice, you give it begrudgingly and not very happy about it, you really give off a bad feeling. Or you look away, you specifically look away and look at the ground, you don't look at him. You have, even if you've given him a fortune, you've wrecked your mitzvah, simply because you've given it in such a nasty way, as it says in the pasuk, over al v'lo yira levavcha. So you've been over on the pasuk, v'lo yira levavcha, and let your heart not feel badly, as in when you give it to him, elot sarach litna b'seva ponim yafis b'simcha. You should give it to him in a nice manner, simcha. You should empathize with him. As it says in the pasuk, so it says, did I not cry for those who have hardships? Did I not? Was I not sorrowful over the people who have nothing? And you should speak to him words of consolement and comfort. Shnema says in the pasuk, "V'leiv almana arnin." The heart of a widow I made joyous. Seif 8. Ches. Also lahachzir es ha'ani l'shishal. It's also to it's a transgression, if you like, to turn away a poor person who's requested tzedakah. Rekom empty-handed. Even if you only to give him a single dried fig, it's okay that you've fulfilled your obligation. Shnema al yoshev dach nichlam. You shouldn't let the oppressed turn back in shame. V'im ein biyodcha klum malitin loi. If you don't have anything to give him, you should comfort him with words. You should try and appease him, but also ligo. But only it's forbidden to rebuke a poor person. To shout at him, because his heart is already broken and humble. As it says in the pasuk to him, someone who has a broken heart and is low, God will not despise him. And woe to someone who does embarrass a poor person. A person should be like a father to someone who is an oni, whether with words or with, as in you comfort him, or whether with racham, you help him out as best you can. As it says in the pasuk, I was a father to those who had nothing. Steve Tess. So at tzedakah, someone who pledges to give money to tzedakah, it falls under the general rules of the Dorim. So come on, Siman Samach Zayin Seif Gimel, and you can see later on for the relevant halachas there. Therefore, therefore, someone who says, I am obligated to give a coin to tzedakah, or this coin should be for tzedakah, if he is obligated to give it straight away, and if he delays, then he's over on the lap of Bal Ta'acher, which means being late in doing a particular obligation, normally with relevance to the Dorim. So Kivin Shiach Linam Yad, and since you could have given it immediately, but there are no poor people to be found. Mafresh meniach ad sheyim sanim. You should set it aside until you find a poor person. Not Now, if you made this neder when you were in shul, stockish nosim le gabbai, that money that which you give to the gabbai, ain't over. So let's say the gabbai can't give it immediately to an oni because you're giving it to gabbai. You're not over. Actually, yisba also gabbai until the gabbai demands it from you. But also over lemiyat. But however, if the gabbai tzedakah asks you for it and you don't give it to him, even though you could do, then you are over the lav. However, if you know that the gabbai tzedakah doesn't need the money now in order to give it out, but will hold it, then you won't be over either. Seif Yud. Misha Omar etain salat tzedakah liploini. Someone who says, I will give a coin to a specific person, over, even if he doesn't give the money immediately, only until that particular poor person comes to him and asks for that money. A person may set aside money which he's got with him with the particular condition that it'll stay with him. That the condition is that you're going to give it bit by bit to stockers, to charities that you want to give it to in a fit manner, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Seif Yod Aleph. Someone who forces others to give stocker, so it's not necessarily forces someone. We're talking about a case where he basically encourages someone to give stocker, and he gives them money to give stocker. He will get a bigger schar than the person who actually gives. The end result of stocker will be peace. And with regards to people of gabbai tzedakah and people who collect money for tzedakah, those who cause the rabbim those who cause the rabbim to be righteous, they will shine like the stars. Basically, it's a very good thing to do. And a gabbai tzedakah who is abused by the poor people, shouldn't be worried by his because even though he's being humiliated by them, his reward is greater. Seif Yud Beis. The highest level of tzedakah with which there is no greater level, is someone who he strengthens the hand of a Jew when he becomes impoverished and he's failing. Before he becomes fully completely destitute, but the way he does this is by giving him a substantial amount of money or a gift of some sort on an honorable manner, or he lends him money, or he forms a partnership with him, or provides him with some sort of business or work, not simply I'll give you money and that's it. No, I'm actually taking care of you by giving you something that will help you not just now, but in the future as well. So what happens is the end result is he doesn't stay in the situation with one. If you give an oni money and he goes and spends it, then he needs money again. However, if you give him a business or a job of some description, or a loan, or whatever, it means that he's able to build himself back up and he's not reliant on people again. This is the best form of stock of Ali. It says in the apostle, that you should strengthen him. Strengthen him so he should not fall. So that is the highest level of tzedakah. Yeshli Zolitness stock of Hester. A person should be careful to give tzedakah privately, b'chol masha efshar, or secretly rather, as much as possible. As in, so the person who receives tzedakah doesn't necessarily know where it's coming from. From efshar litna, and if it's possible to give, boyfen shul ba'atzma in your daily minute noisna, and if you're doing it in a way that you yourself don't know who the tzedakah is going to, the gamma oni in your daily kibla, and the poor person does not know where it's coming from. This is a very good thing, a very good thing. But alcohol. A person shouldn't, for want of a better way of putting it, big themselves up over the tzedakah that they're giving. However, if you donate something tzedakah, it is, you are allowed to have your name written on it, so that you can have some sort of memorial, be it a receipt of some sort. And it is actually appropriate to do so. So you've got a record of what stock you're giving, or a common example of this is a dedicated base of medrash. See if you're doubted. It's very important to look after a Talmud Chacham Oni, particularly over losses loy lefich voidoi, and to provide for him as befits his status. And if this Talmud Chacham doesn't want to accept tzedakah, it's asking one should help him with business, selling him merchandise cheap and buying it at a premium. And if he is knowledgeable in business, therefore he'll understand the rules that you've set up with him. Malvin you should lend him money, and he can do business in his own right, and therefore again he's not simply having to rely on you, and he can help himself in the long run. And the Chazal said on this kolamatil anyone who gives schora to a Talmud Chacham with which to do business, will merit to sit in the yeshiva shel Ma'ala. And they said also, Kol hanavim le'nisnabu ela lo'isa pragmatic Talmud Chacham. All the Nevi'im, they only prophesied about the rewards that will be received by someone who engages in business with a Talmud Chacham, Masi B'til Talmud Chacham, and a person who marries his daughter off to a Talmud Chacham. Siman Tezvav. A person should always distance himself from accepting tzedakah, and he should allow himself to endure pain in order not to accept tzedakah. That he should not be dependent on other people. Similarly, the Chachamim also said, and to such an extent that you should make your Shabbos like a chol, as in you should deprive yourself during the week and make the Shabbos like it was a regular week, as in have the bare minimum in order not to be reliant on other people. And even someone who was a respected person became poor, Yasik Monos, he should get a job. Even if it's a disgusting or repulsive job, for Ali rather than be dependent on people. So you see the extent that the Chacham say should not be reliant on other people. See if there's Zion. Anyone who does not need to take tzedakah, but he deceives people, he's fraudulent in his activities, and he takes the tzedakah even though he doesn't need it, he won't die until he becomes properly dependent on other people. So it's quite a scary thing to take tzedakah. And anyone who needs to take tzedakah, so someone who needs to take tzedakah and is unable to live unless he takes a tzedakah, such as an elderly person, ill person, or someone who has serious afflictions, yisurim, or hardships, whatever. Megis died to ve'ein noitel, but refuses to take because of his pride. He's considered like a murderer, and he is chayav b'nafsho. He's responsible. He's liable for his own life. And there's no merit. There's no you're not getting any zechus from being. I'm not taking a stocker. No, rather you should take the stocker. It's only you're only gonna get sin avoinus achatoim. And someone who needs to take stocker. But instead of taking stocker, he caused himself hardship. And he constantly pushes off the stocker by living a life of deprivation, in order not to be a burden on other people. Will not die until he has the means to support other people. So this is a particular example. It's not where his pride is not letting him go. He just doesn't want to burden other people, and he'd rather live a deprived life. So I would say that's okay as long as it's only himself and not other people. However, in this situation, the Pasuk says, blessed is the person who trusts in Hashem. And that concludes tonight's Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Good night.